Good evening and welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Chamod Fernando. Let's have a look at the headlines. Seeds of success. Sri Lanka rolls out 500 million rupees youth agri loan boost. Sri Lanka gains unprecedented UK trade edge with government soaring revolution. Now the news in detail. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved a 500 million rupees loan scheme offering 4% interest rates to young agricultural entrepreneurs. The initiative aims to create 50,000 new agri-businesses and reduce uncultivated land across Sri Lanka, which was announced at the government press conference yesterday, followed by the cabinet meeting.
ආයෝජන දිරිමත් කිරීම සඳහා සහනදායී මූල්‍ය පහසුකම් නොමැතිවීම.
Having affordable financial facility is an essential requirement to encourage investment in agricultural sector. The situation has become a major obstacle to attract young people to farming. The same has reason to increase the number of uncultivated lands and the reduction of food production. Therefore, with the framework of the 2025 Vision Plan, a concessionary loan scheme for farmers will be introduced. A sum of 500 million rupees has been allocated for over a period of 5 years. Accordingly, 5 million rupees per beneficiary is the allocation. Under this concessionary loan scheme, the interest payable by each beneficiary will be an annual rate of 4%. Accordingly, the goal is to create 50,000 agricultural entrepreneurs within this 5-year period. The Bank of Ceylon, People's Bank and Regional Development Bank have come forward to support the program. Based on a feasibility study by the Public-Private Partnership National Agency, 8 sites at Palawatha and Sevanagala sugar factories will be developed and transformed into eco-tourism hubs under a new public-private partnership program. The joint proposal by the Ministers of Tourism and Industry and Entrepreneurship Development has been approved by the Cabinet of Ministers, which was met on this Monday.
පැල්වත්ත හා සෙවණගල සීනි කර්මාන්ත ශාලා පේටි පරිශ්‍රවල
Palawatha and Sevanagala sugar factory premises will be developed into tourist attractions. Based on a feasibility study conducted by the Public-Private Partnership National Agency, and the selected sites will be developed under the themes of ecotourism, agrotourism, wellness tourism and conservation-based tourism. Accordingly, 4 selected places in the Palawatha sugar factory will be developed into tourist attraction sites. Further, some places in the Sevanagala sugar factory premises will also be developed. The Lanka Sugar Private Limited has been selected to implement the projects at the above said sites. The projects will be implemented as a public-private partnership. New trade liberalization rules coming into effect in 2026 will allow Sri Lankan government manufacturers to source up to 100% of government inputs from any country worldwide while maintaining tariff-free access to the UK. This was revealed by the UK High Commission in a statement to the media yesterday. The statement added that the reforms enable Sri Lanka manufacturers to compete more effectively in global markets while maintaining preferential access to the UK. It also added that new rules will give Sri Lankan government manufacturers unprecedented gains. The 20% reciprocal tariff unilaterally imposed by the US could cost the export sector $634 million and put nearly 16,000 government sector jobs at risk, according to a recent report by the think tank Institute of Policy Studies. The UK is the second largest export market for Sri Lankan governments, accounting for close to 15% of total exports. Sri Lankan government exports increased 8.95% in the first half of 2025 to $2.4 billion, with exports to the UK increasing 6.54% to $366 million. The government export sector relies heavily on important inputs, and according to central bank data, after fall, government inputs are the highest imports to Sri Lanka at $1.3 billion in the first half of 2025. The full bill for this period was $2 billion. Under the UK's Developing Countries Trade Scheme, Sri Lanka receives benefit as an enhanced preference country, and current rules allow tariff-free access to Sri Lanka garments if inputs are sourced from the South Asian region, along with restrictions around processing. The liberalized rules will now offer enhanced preference countries, including Sri Lanka, the same product-specific rules for apparel as low-income countries covered by the scheme, such as Bangladesh, which have comprehensive preferences. Stay tuned, we will return after this commercial break. Meanwhile, the government has also come to a decision to undergo some structural modernizations on the Bank of Ceylon, expanding its capital base and services. Minister Nalinda Jayatissa, in his capacity as the cabinet spokesperson, said that the approved legal reforms aim to strengthen and enhance the bank competitiveness and administrative efficiency.
1938 අංක 53 දරන ලංකා බැංකුව ආඥාපන සංශෝධනය කිරීම, ලංකා බැංකුවේ ප්‍රාග්ධන ව්‍යුහය පුළුල් කිරීම, අවසරලත් කාර්යයන් පුළුල් කිරීම, බැංකුවේ සාමාන්‍ය පාලන ව්‍යුහය ශක්තිමත් කිරීම ආදී කර්තව්‍යයන් ඉටු කරගත හැකි වන පරිදි 1938 අංක 53 දරන ලංකා බැංකුව ආඥාපන සංශෝධනය කිරීම සඳහා 2024 7/15 දින පැවති අමාත්‍ය මණ්ඩල රැස්වීමේදී අනුමැතිය ලබාගෙන තිබුණා. ඒ අනුව අදාළ කාර්ය සඳහා පනත් කෙටුම්පතක් සකස් කිරීම පිණිස නීති කෙටුම්පත් සම්පාදක වෙත උපදෙස් ලබා දුන්නා. එකී සංශෝධන පනත් කෙටුම්පත් සකස් කිරීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් වර්තමාන අමාත්‍ය මණ්ඩලයේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිමය අනුමැතිය ලබා දීම පිණිස මුදල් ක්‍රම සම්පාදන ආර්ථික සංවර්ධන ඇමතුමා ඉදිරිපත් කරපු යෝජනාවට කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලය අනුමැතිය ලබා දුන්නා.
Facet Sri Lanka 2026 countries, one of the premier gem and jewelry exhibitions, is set for a bold new beginning at Colombo, marking its 32nd edition. Sri Lanka Gem and Jewelry Association, at a media briefing held recently, guaranteed that the event will showcase Sri Lanka's rich heritage and global significance of Ceylon sapphires and local craftsmanship. Since 1991, Facets has evolved into an internationally acclaimed platform connecting Sri Lankan gem and jewelry artisans with global markets. Facets 2026 introduces a cutting-edge venue and immersive experiences reflecting the industry's journey from sustainable mining to modern designing and ethical soaring. The exhibition, which has been planned for the first week of January next year, will feature over 100 exhibitors and special events emphasizing innovation, sustainability, and the vibrant spectrum of sapphires, including the rare Patparacha. With virtual reality tours, youth engagement, and global outreach, Facets aim to position Sri Lanka as a leading hub of ethical craftsmanship and geological excellence.
Sri Lanka is not only one of the most celebrated sapphire producing nations on earth, it is also the largest source of sapphires that are both mined and masterfully crafted entirely here at home. From miners and their communities to mine owners, traders, manufacturers, exporters, distributors, jewelers, and ultimately customers. Every gemstone is touched by Sri Lankan hands and carries the spirit of a Sri Lankan heart. This is why Facets exists, to tell this story and invite the world to be part of it. Facets brings together the finest gem dealers, producers, manufacturers from across the island. The gemstones and jewelry you will see here are not random stock. They are collections crafted and curated over months, brought exclusively for this annual stage.
The Sri Lanka Export Development Board yesterday hosted the Palestinian ambassador to discuss strengthened bilateral trade ties. The meeting focused on expanding market access for key Sri Lankan products in Palestine. During the discussions, the EDB highlighted Ceylon tea, natural rubber products, coconut-based items, spices such as cinnamon and pepper, proposed foods and beverages, and Ayurveda and herbal personal care products as having strong potential in the Palestine market. The board proposed organizing an online awareness session with Palestine buyers, trade chambers, and promotion organizations to facilitate direct connections between Sri Lankan exporters and their counterparts. Both parties also discussed arranging future business delegations featuring B2B meeting and factory visits to build sustainable commercial partnerships. This engagement reflects Sri Lanka's ongoing commitment to diversifying export markets and developing stronger trade relationships with emerging economies in the Middle East region. Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The all-share price index gained by 143.73 to close at 20,714.80. The S&P SL 20 gained by 49.08 to close at 6,105. The turnover was over 11.1 billion rupees and over 452 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.